Well, Fox Carolina is committed to you. So what in the world do these new guidelines mean for all of us? Now, basically, DHEC and the CDC are recommending we wear a face covering inside where there is a high likelihood to catch COVID-19. This even includes people who are vaccinated. The CDC also saying that they want children K through 12 to wear a face mask while inside when they head back to school in the fall. This comes after the American Academy of Pediatrics announced the same thing last week. Fox Carolina's Matt KAUFAX been looking into this for us all day and all night once these guidelines came out, because we know a lot of you have questions about this. He is live outside right now, the Greenville County Health Department. So, Matt, what did you find out?
Yeah, well, good evening, Cody. The CDC says there are many reasons for this new updated guidance. They do say that when they previously issued their guidance saying that people did not need to wear these if they were vaccinated, Delta variant cases made up only 1%. Now they make up 83%, and there are a lot of unvaccinated folks out there. Parents I spoke to on both sides of this issue say they're concerned about what this means for them going forward.
Matthew Pitts says his 10-year-old son has been back at school for a week now. Today, he's home sick, awaiting the results of a COVID test.
By the middle of the night, his temperature reached 103. His breathing became labored.
He says regardless of whether this is COVID, he plans to send his son to school in a mask from now on, but also worries about what that means.
A virus that kills people has been politicized. So, if you are wearing a mask, then you must be some liberal nut job. I mean, it's crazy.
Today, the CDC, citing low vaccine uptick and the rise of the Delta variant, recommending universal masking for K-12 students. But South Carolina's General Assembly has a new law in place that prohibits schools from mandating face coverings and other COVID restrictions.
He needs to be in school. He needs to be with his classmates, and it's unfair that I'm being put in a situation that I'm being put in because I'm trying to protect my kid.
I believe that we as parents should have had the option ourselves to decide whether or not our children wear masks or do not wear masks.
Kristen Spalding says she agrees with the state's new law, but is still following the variant.
We are watching to see how it goes, but right now it's just kind of taking it by ear, and my plans as of right now are I don't want my kids to wear masks.
The CDC says Delta thrives in places where vaccine levels are low. South Carolina currently stands at 40.4%. Spalding does say if things get worse, she's more likely to follow this new guidance.
If it got to that point, then absolutely. I mean, my children wore masks, when all the other kids had to wear a mask.
But many medical professionals that I've spoken to and parents like Pitts say that they believe we're already at the point where we need to start sounding the alarm so that by the time any action is taken, if any at all, it's not too late. So when might we see these in schools or otherwise required? Well, I talked to a lot of upstate school districts today. They say they are still reviewing a lot of this information and will come out with potentially more guidance in accordance with what DHEC says. DHEC also says they're working on their K-12 guidance. We'll release it next week. But those same districts I spoke to say they feel that their hands are tied because of those laws that the legislature has put in place. So we'll see how this all unfolds going forward. Guys, back to you.
And you can always stay up to date with Fox Carolina News through our free Fox Carolina News app.